Hey, welcome back to the Commission Show. In this video, we are going to see 5 biggest mistakes that results in the failure of a mobile application company or startup, Sonar. We'll also see what are the alternatives to avoid those mistakes. So let's get started. Before going to the mistakes, let us know what was the idea or concept Sonar was working on. Sonar was launched in 2011 and was a free mobile application startup which shows users how they are connected in a room by publicly available profiles. It connects location information from Foursquare, Twitter and Facebook. Sonar raised about $2 million finances at that time. But according to the CEO, these factors have killed the Sonar. Let's have a look to them. Mistake number 1. Sonar focused on engagements instead of growth. Sonar was working on engagement, how users can connect more and more and more. They tried to expand their reach. They tried to expand the audience. They tried to build up audience. They will try to build up users. But that isn't bad or isn't wrong what they did. But they just forgot about the profit. They just forgot about the growth. Because for any new startup, growth is a major factor which decides how successful is startup. Brett Martin, the CEO of the Sonar, writes, "We focused on engagements, which we improved by orders of the magnitude. No one cared. Growth is the only thing which matters if you are building a social network." Mistake number 2. Sonar listened to the users, but not the actual users. They'd taken this phrase, every feedback, into implementation too seriously and mistakenly couldn't find the difference in feedback and personal need. People asking for a particular feature, they implemented. Brett Martin, the CEO, writes, "We had mistaken noise for a signal. I will use your product if you only you have particular X feature in it." Is a dangerous thing to follow. Mistake number 3. A competitor distracted Sonar. This is so common. Any new idea or concept comes into market and is in demand, then there are many more who copy this. But this thing distracted the Sonar. Brett Martin, the CEO, writes, "The only way one startup can kill another one is by getting into their head and leading them off the cliff." Highlight, a similar people finding app distracted the Martin's team on focusing on their own product. Instead, they needed to focus on their own product. Mistake number 4. Spend too much on to be acquired instead of providing it value. Sonar spent too much money on getting it desirable or making it desirable to the existing company to acquire that. Companies don't get sold, they are bought. Brett Martin writes, "The best way to get bought is by building something of value, and it is too hard to do when you are trying to sell." Mistake number 5. Startups die when founders give up. Martin also gave up. Every mistake was justified. But if founder itself give up, then it is not justified. Startups don't die when they run out of money, but they die when their founders let them go. Brett Martin, the CEO, writes, "I ultimately stepped out of the Sonar when I came to the conclusion that despite all that we had invested, everyone stood a better chance starting anew." So these were those mistakes. Now quickly summarize all. Focused on engagement instead should focus on growth. Listen to users, instead should listen to the actual users. Distracted by the competitors, instead focus on their own startup. Spend too much money on to being acquired, instead should try to build something of value. Founders give up, instead simple, never give up. So if you learned something, then please like this video and share with someone who aspire to being an entrepreneur or an interested in startup or in business. And if you like to watch these types of videos, then you should subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get notification about the future upcoming videos. See you all in the next video. Thank you very much.